is bringing money like crazy into downtown Cleveland.
Well, yeah. That's I'm not keen on casinos, but this is a lot of people like them. I got my first look at a casino back in the late 70s when I covered a few heavyweight championship fights out in Las Vegas. And those, I'm not that type of a gambler. I'll bet on the occasional game, but I'm not a casino gambler. That was like, I considered those casinos in Las Vegas a peek into hell. All those people hanging over the slot machines and playing 21 all night long. These people, and people who were not necessarily rich, but they would work all year and save up their money so that they could go to Vegas and in 4 days lose everything that it has taken them a year to save. This is a sickness, and I don't endorse that. One other thing, I know some people who are dealers at the casino, and when there was that drug bust, about a month ago, they arrested 50, 60 drug dealers in the greater Cleveland area.
Yeah,
he said that right after that, business at the casino went down. During the days, all the high rollers are all drug dealers.
Huh.
Yes, at the casino.
Wow.
They work nights, and they can go to the casino during the days. Yeah. And it's sort of interesting, yes. And I hope that the Cleveland casino at least attracts a lot of people from out of state, because if not, it will only suck more money out of the inner city. Because nobody wins. They all lose. And the casinos suck money out of people, and I hope that the only ones getting the money sucked out of them are not Clevelanders. We got to get this outside money in there.
Speaking of
by the way,
go ahead, JK.
But by the way, speaking of sucking money out of the inner city, it's time for me to do a book signing.
Good segue, Dan.
Plug it away.
But now listen, you're right. Give me 60 seconds to plug my books. Now, right now, I don't have any book signings scheduled. And I had a lot of book signings over the last 2 years. But right now, none scheduled. And let me make this suggestion. If you are involved in a group, like a church group or a Kiwanis Club or somebody, and you want me to hold a book signing, give you a little pitter-patter, give you a little talk, and then sign the books. My books are only $15. And I got two of them. Pass the Nuts is the second one. Crazy with the Papers to Prove It was the first one. They were both highly popular. But there aren't many people in the greater Cleveland who do not have the books or haven't read them. So, but if you want to put together have me do a book signing at your group, you got to go in with the attitude that, you got to buy some books from me. I'm going to come out there and talk to your group, and I'll sell and sign some books. Here's what you can reach me. I'm going to talk real slowly now, and I'm going to give you my email address. You can email me, and in the subject line, put down book signing. So can I mention this a second time so that people can get their pens out later on?
Yes, you can.
Here is my email address. It is D, the initial D for Dan, Coughlin, that's all one word, then the number 65 at Ameritech.net. I'm going to repeat that, and then later on in the show, you'll let me say it again, huh, guys?
Absolutely.
Okay. It is D. Coughlin, 65 at Ameritech.net. Let me spell my last name for you. It is C for cat, O-U-G for God, H for hell, L-I-N, D. Coughlin 65 at Ameritech.net, and see if you can get your group to put together we'll do a book signing.
And they are wonderful books.
Yes, I've read them both, too.
Guys, thank you. I've been waiting for you to give me a little endorsement there.
You've got it. We've been listening. This has been a great night. But, yeah, both of them some of the stories are just amazing. It is just to segue that, that's how the whole connection here with getting you back on with the show here. I had read both of your books. I had gotten them actually at the library, and
wait a minute. There's too many libraries.
I know. I knew you were going to say that.
Too many people are going to the libraries.
I'm just saying. I got your books, and I was reading them, and I read, of course, the one-page chapter you had about your short. What did you say? I was with WHK, and it was never the same again.
Yeah.
And I read that chapter, and we were putting together, my boss, the 90th anniversary of the station, which is this year. So I told him that he should probably talk to you when he gets to talking about the sports talk and different things like that. And then your second book, because I actually texted my boss the exact quote. I said, how funny is this? WHK was the highest rated sports talk station in town. Then they were sold. They changed the format, and nobody's ever listened to WHK again. And I got such a kick out of that. And so when he talked to you, when Joe Sweeney talked to you, I said, hey, ask him if he'd want to come on the show. And he put you and I together. But it was through your books. It was through me reading your books. And I said, hey, you've got to try to see if incredibly funny stories, just like the one, the Shaft Rat. That's how I heard that story. It was in your book about him doing the run and how he was never the same again.
Yeah. By the way, can I tell you about when they fired Gary D. and made me the morning man?
Yes.
Yes. God, Gary D. was the biggest thing in Cleveland radio back in the 70s. I mean, he was a monster. He was the highest-rated morning guy, highest-rated radio personality in Cleveland. He was the morning guy. He was a shock jock, morning guy on HK, and then I was stunned. In 1983, I had been doing my morning commentary, as we talked about earlier, doing the morning commentary on the Gary D. show at 5 minutes to 8, and I would do it. I would go on the air in my underwear from home. And anyway, Maddie and I got home. It was... We went up to Notre Dame and celebrated my birthday up there at the Notre Dame-Michigan State game. This is 1980, September of 83. And we got back on a Sunday night, and Maddie's sister Josie, who had watched the kids, said that Bill Stedman called and said that I had come down to a meeting at 10 o'clock the next morning. Bill was the program director. And so, or was it Ron Jones, general manager? I don't know. But those are names out of the past. Stedman, Ron Jones, Gil Rosen. Why do I suddenly go blank on his name? I know him. Gil Rosenwald. And so the next morning, I called right after doing my morning commentary on the Gary D. show, and I said, well, if you're going to fire me, that's all right. Just tell me if I go down there, I've got to pay $5 to park in the parking lot next to the Union Club. And I said, it's okay to fire me over the phone. I don't mind. And they said, no, you've got to come down here. They didn't give me any hint of. So I figured, why do they want me to run down there? But they're probably going to fire me. That's what happens in radio, right? Everybody gets fired sooner or later. And so they would have none of it. I had to come down there. So, okay. I go down there, 10 o'clock, pay $5 in the Union Club parking lot, walk across the street to the Statler office tower. I go up to the station, and they said, come on, we're going to go down to the Swingos at the Statler. He had the restaurant down there in the Communicators Club. We got to go down to the Communicators Club. It wasn't open yet, but we sat there on a nice table with the white napkin, and we're drinking coffee. And they said, no, we're not going to fire you. No. We're firing Gary D., and you're going to replace him. I said, what? Gary D. was still the highest-rated morning guy in Cleveland, although Jeff and Flash on MMS across the hall under the same ownership, they were closing in on them fast. And I don't know why Gary was losing his edge. His ratings were eroding. Yeah. But all of AM's ratings were eroding back then. But so anyway, I said I didn't want to do that. And they said, well, then you're not going to have the other deal you have where you do your morning commentaries, and they were paying me nicely for that. So, okay, I had to become a morning disc jockey, playing Islands in the Stream 3 times an hour every morning from 6 to 10, playing country music. I didn't even know these people. I was now a country music disc jockey, and I didn't even know any of these people.
WHK Country.
Yes, so I didn't even listen to country music. Anyway, 6 months later, and we were trying to do funny bits and things. I went through 3 partners, Stedman and then Johnny Douglas and then Bill Garcia. They brought this wonderful man, Bill Garcia, from Charlotte, North Carolina, to be my partner. Wonderful guy. 6 months later, and since I was the one constant force with all these 3 guys, I take credit for taking our ratings from 7.5 to 1.5 in 6 months. That is an all-time record for the broadcast industry. Anyway, 6 months later, I got another call at home in the afternoon. Bill Stedman, hey, are you listening to the radio station? He said, no, I'm not. He said, well, turn it on. We're no longer country music. We're now 14K, old-time rock and roll, and you're no longer the morning man. And I rejoiced. Thank God I didn't have to do that anymore. and by the way, WHK never recovered.
That's right. WHK's never recovered. Despite the best efforts of the Sports Fix, we've had to move on as well to bigger and better things. It's just the way it goes. It's the evolution of things. And once again, WHK holding the short end of the stick. Good conversation, though. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Dan Coughlin joining Jonathan Knight and Dan Coughlin joining sports writer Jonathan Knight and myself, a special archive. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're jumping right back into it. Still much more to come, including some phone calls from Cleveland sports fans for Dan Coughlin here on the Sports Fix.
16 hours and there's nothing much to do, and you don't feel much like riding. You just wish the trip was through.
Yo, tell me what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really want.
Listen to the Sports Fix
If you wanna be my lover.
Hey guys, before we go to the break, I want to talk to you a little bit again about our good friends at Harry Buffalo North Olmsted, the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championships, some of the hottest fights in the world today. Each and every one of their huge events, Harry Buffalo is one of the few places in Northeast Ohio you can go there and watch each and every UFC fight at the Harry Buffalo. And let me tell you, I've been there. The people are out the door. They are to the rafters. It is one of the craziest environments for some UFC fights. Wing Mondays, they've got great deals on wings and drinks, and every day of the week there's a different special, a different deal. And don't forget the Bison Burger, the unbelievable. It is the combination of a fantastic burger and eating healthy combined into one unbelievable sandwich. You have got to get a Bison Burger while you're there. So whatever you're looking for, whatever day of the week, Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sundays, there's something for you at the Harry Buffalo North Olmsted, just outside Great Northern Mall. Check them out today. Harry Buffalo, join the herd.
It's an addiction. The Sports Fix. We'll be right back.
I'm Pro Football Hall of Famer Paul Warfield. There's just one place where students are students first and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports help young people become confident leaders and role models and use the skills developed today to do even bigger things in life tomorrow. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Change or a new set of tires. Quick Lane at Valley Ford Truck has you covered for your car care needs. They're your neighborhood quick service experts. They also offer a low price tire guarantee. Choose from 13 brands, and if you find the same tires at a lower price within 30 days, Quick Lane at Valley Ford will refund the difference. 5715 Canal Road, right under the 480 bridge in Valley View. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane. QuickLane.com/Valley Ford Truck.
Let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Ohio knows the importance of being able to draw up an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family-friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Now, let's talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck, school sports provide the perfect game plan for your family. You'll enjoy all of the drama and excitement competitive sports offer. You'll be supporting the future leaders of our community in a meaningful way. Best of all, you